In this video, we will understand how to work with different numeric data types like int, float, short, double, and a long. And we'll also look into what are kind of operations that we can perform on them. And these are really helpful us to store a different kind of numbers efficiently. So let's get started. So to define a int variable, then first we need to write the data type of it and uh, variable q, and I'm assigning. So this is called initialization. And if you see, there are three parts. These are all I already covered in another video. If you want to define any variable, then this is the data type of the variable, and this is the variable name. And the compiler assigns based on the data type, respective bytes it allocates in a memory. For int, it allocates 4 bytes of memory, and it tag the name to that 4 bytes area variable q, and we are storing a value 10 into it. Okay, this is how we need to define a variable. And the same case with other data types, whereas float, double, uh, either short or long. For short and long, we can either directly use the data type short and the variable name and value, and for long, generally we use along with int, which I mean and can write the long before the int. So that is how we define a variable. Now we look into what are all operations that we can do it on these variables. Okay. Suppose I defined another variable, int variable p. Okay. This is 20 value. So what are all operations I can perform? Arithmetic. I can perform arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and finally modulus. Okay, I'll explain. So suppose if you want to do arithmetic operation for these two variables, variable p plus variable q, and you want to see the output of this two, and we can write like this, variable p and q, and instead of handle I can use slash n, I mean new line, and we can also perform variable p minus variable q. Okay, and I'm using new line here, and scope resolution is okay. Now see out variable p multiply variable q. Okay, and a new line here, and std see out variable p division variable q slash n, and finally variable p modulus variable q. And please remember, this modulus we can only perform this operation on int data type only. It do not work, this modulus do not work on a double, float or short, long, etc. Okay. So in this way, we can perform these arithmetic operations on all data types. Uh, so since we have a less time and I'm not taking the examples for the each data type, I request you to perform or try from your end. Okay. So this is how we can define all these arithmetic operations. And modulus, it's just provide the reminder value. And division, we all know. These are all pretty straightforward arithmetic operations. Let me run and run our program and get the output from. Okay, we are going to get, since q is a 20 and divided by 10, and after dividing the 10, it 2 times it 10 to is 20, right? So that's why it can we are going to get the 2 value when I do the division. However, reminder, there is a no reminder, right? After perfectly 10 2 times 20, then there is a no reminder. So that is why after I'm doing the modulus with a variable p and a q, I'm getting this 0 value. That is the reason. And by doing the division, so whatever the value it 10 times 2, this 2 we are going to get it here. That is what division and the difference between this division and modulus. Okay. Now we'll look into some other operations. Those are assignment operations. I suppose in this assignment operation, if I want to create a new variable x, and I want to assign variable p to it. So I can write like this. So this is the assignment operation. Okay. And now what other assignment operations I can do? I can also do the compound assignment operation. Suppose if I want to, what is the value of x now? It is the value of q, which is a 20. So 20 is. Now I want to add 5, number 5 to it. Okay. How can I do it? There are multiple ways to do it. Like I can do uh, variable x is equal to variable x plus 5. Okay, which means 20 plus 5. Or otherwise, I can simply, instead of writing the above, I can simply write like this, which is compound assignment operator. It is equivalent to the above one. This is called compound assignment operator. Okay, so both gives the same. Here also it stores 25. Here also getting the 25. So this is the another type of assignment operation we can do. And now some people may think why we are writing the this plus operator or addition operator before the you know this assignment operator or equal. Okay, suppose you think we can why not we write like this. Okay, so by writing in this way, system imagines or take it like this. It takes like this variable x equal to is 5. So it take it as a we are adding a positive 5 to it variable x, which means here after doing this operation we are going to get the 25 as a output. However, if we do the operation this one, it simply clear the existing value and it simply assign the positive 5. Okay, I want to give you a simple analogy to remember this. Okay, when I'm writing the variable x equal to variable p, it means we are creating a bag and adding 20 apples into it, which is variable p is at 20, right? So that's why I'm saying 20 apples. Okay, and after writing this one, we are adding 5 more apples in that variable x bag. Okay, but by writing this one, what we are saying, clear or throw everything uh, the existing apples and just to keep only 5 apples. This is how we can remember. Okay, hope I explained it clearly, and that is the difference between the way of writing the compound assign operator. And this is one, if you write this one, this is called as a unary plus operator. Okay, unary plus operator. Okay, let me write this too and run and show you what I mean. Suppose if you run this one, then at last we are going to get the 25. Well, let me run std cout value of variable x. Okay, after running this program, see, I'm getting the variable x. Now we'll see unary operator, how it works. Okay, for that I'm commenting this and uncommenting this, and this is for your understanding purpose. I have written like this, and now I'm saving this, and now see, we are going to get the 5. See, variable of value of variable x is 5. Here above we got the 25. That is the difference of unary plus operator and compound assignment operation. Okay. Now, after this, what are all other operations we can perform? We can also do the, you know, increment and decrement. Increment and decrement. And also remember, when we want to perform this assign variable, and it should be the same data type. Here the x variable x is a int, and even variable p is also int. Okay. You might think, what happen if I uh, suppose we have created double variable and we want to assign it to the int. What happens? Imagine like int is a 4 bytes and double is 8 bytes. Okay. So you are trying to fit a large size number into a smaller size. So what happens? It spill over. Suppose you have a 1 liter bottle and a 2 liter bottle. So 1 liter bottle is like an int and a 2 liter bottle is like a double. And what happens if you pour this 2 liter bottle water into the 1 liter? It spills out, right? If it whatever the excess water, it will spill. The same thing happens here also. So that is why it's always, uh, you know, we need to keep uh, the same data type. We don't want to lose our data. So that is why we have to assign a similar data type. Okay. This is the another important point we need to remember. And now coming to the increment and decrement. Okay. Here we defined variable. I want to define new variable y, and I want to do, we have 20 p, right? And I want to do this variable p. And after that, I want to display the value of y. So now we'll see what happens. This is also increment operation, and by writing this way also is increment after variable. But what is the difference between these two? Okay, let's see first one. I'm commenting this. And what is my expectation? I want to increase one value of a variable p and then assign it to variable y. That is what I'm planning to do. So am I getting to it? So the variable p value is 20. So I'm trying to increment, and am I getting the 21 or not to the variable y? We'll see shortly. Yeah, the value of y is 21. We got it. Now we'll see. uncomment this and save and run the program again. Now, after running this one, this is also I told you it is an increment, but why it is assigned only 20? Before it assigned 21, but now it is only assigned 20. So where this increment is happening? If it is not happening here, then it should have applied somewhere, right? Okay, where it is happening and why this difference? If I'm writing the increment operator before the variable and after the variable, what is happening? So if I'm writing the before the variable, what it means, we want to increase first the value of variable of p to value 1, which is a 21, and assign it to the variable way. That is why what happened earlier. And then again, whatever the increased value, that should be assigned to variable p. Okay, and now we'll also see the value of variable p. Okay, variable p. So first here it is increasing the value of variable p, which is a 21, and assigning here to the variable y. So that is why in this case, first case we got 21 for the y. And another point is it also going to update the variable p as a 21. In the, and even in the second case, first it assigned it directly whatever the variable p to variable y. So that is why we are getting first 20 value here. And after that do the increment and increase, I mean p value before it was a 20. So after doing this increment, we are going to get the 21. So this increment operator, if we write before or after, at any time, variable p going to change it as in a 21. However, for variable y, if first it is right, variable p and we are going to get only 20. But if we write after the increment operator only, then whatever the increase value, that is we are going to get it. That is the difference between writing the operator before and after the variable. Okay. Now let me run this program and see the output. See, we are getting the value of p is a 21. Here, since we have written the variable first, so that is why first the variable of p value is 20, so directly it assigned 20 to the value y, and after that it increased one value. So that is why p value is 20. Now let me comment this and also show you show the first case. Here also we are going to get 21 and 21 instead of 20, 21. See, now first it is doing the increment of variable p, and whatever the increased value, that is assigning to the variable p, and also it is storing that increment value in p. So that is why here both the cases value y is a 21 and value variable p value is 21. Both cases 21 only, but earlier here the value is 20 and 20. That is the difference of writing the increment operator before and after variable. The same thing happened with the decrement also. Okay, decrement, how it works? Suppose variable a, I want to do the decrement of variable p. So which I'm going to get the 19 value. First I'm decreasing and then assigning the 19 value to the variable a, and also I'm decreasing one value. Since here I already increased the one value here, then I'm again going to get the 20 only. So let me change, instead of p, we'll take a q so that we can see the clear difference. Let me use this same code to save some time. Okay. Now we'll run this program and see the value. Say after 21 here, the value is of here I mentioned it as a y, but it is a, and this is a q. This is the q. Let me rerun the program. Here I haven't provided the new line, so that is why it is continuing. Output is continuing here. So the value of a is first it decreased and assigned to the value to variable a, and also it's storing again the same to the variable q. That is what happened. Okay, these are all operations that we can perform on this int. I mean, not only int, we can also perform for the other one, other data types. But majorly this increment and decrement, generally we use it in our for loops. Okay, usually we can use it in our loops. Now, what all other why? Yeah, yeah, it's working.